Greetings, people. My name is Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it greatly. Big shout out to my mods. I want to give a little roll call here. My mods, Tracy, my man Tracy, Tom Broom with a wrench, Jason P, Charlie Mullins. Thank you guys for being here. We got Balaki, Blue Wave. Thanks for joining us. We have Clayton Collins. Good to see you, dude. Dizzy Dragon, Chip Indo, Jeremy Fowler, Pepper Poppy. Good to see you, man. Rick Spicer, Sandra Ferguson, Sergeant Dunn Jerky. All right. Appreciate everybody being here. I hope everybody's doing well. How are we? You guys see that stupid video we did today? We did a video today where we ate the world's strongest or saltiest licorice. What is this? Ahi Starburst. So, oh my gosh, Feisty Irish, first live new subscriber. Thank you for being here, Feisty Irish. Toby, good to see you. Uncle Bull Cow. Oh, that's a good pepper. Beautiful. Jason P, glandular salty treats. It does have a glandular thing going on there. Lisa White, thank you for being here. Mark Palavos, good to see you. Mischief Managed, hello there. Savage Nation. Jay Savage in the house. Good to see you, Jay. Hope you're doing well, bro. So we did this. Really, it's kind of funny. If you're somebody who gets into eating hot peppers, you can kind of get the whole thing about eating something salty. You know what's crazy about that? It's not hot, it's not spicy, anything like that, but it gives you an endorphin just from the shock of it all. I'm not even fooling you. Broom, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. So I was in the fridge today, and I saw a bottle of hot sauce from Uncle Bull Cow that I forgot that I had. So I'm going to be doing a review of an Uncle Bull Cow sauce tomorrow. Looking forward to that. So we figured out, Tommy and I figured out how we're going to do the Surströmming video. We've got it sorted out. Here's what it is. Dale Cox, good to see you. We kind of feel like it's not like we've been doing the Swedes dirty. I mean, I just don't think it tastes good. Like today, I agree with you, Blue Wave. Look what Blue Wave just said. Drug addicts eat hot peppers, you get the endorphin rush. It's much more healthy for them. Not only that, Blue Wave, but when you eat lots of capsaicin, it drives up your serotonin levels, which helps you better able to deal with frustration, anxiety, anger, things like that, depression. Those are triggers, you know what I mean? But anyway, we were watching a guy eat Surströmming today, and he was saying it was a funny video. In fact, I'm going to put up a clip of this and show you guys sometime. This guy says, I've watched, here's a Swedish accent. He's outside, standing on the sidewalk with socks on. So right off the bat, I'm going, Anyway, so he says, I watch a lot of videos of people in America eating Surströmming and Surströmming. He says it funny. Anyway, he says, you're eating it wrong. And here's the way you're supposed to eat it. And he starts going through the process of how you eat it. Opens it in the water. And he says, it's funny. He says some things in this video that are unbelievable. He says, listen, it smells terrible. So don't breathe through your nose when you're eating it. Right there, I'm saying, if you got to eat something where you can't breathe through your nose when you're eating it, I don't know. So anyway, he says you got to open it way away from where you're going to eat it. He says you should wash the fillets off. And then he comes back and he sits down and he basically said, I can't remember how he worded it. He's like, don't expect a great culinary experience. It's not like that. And the analogy he gave is it's kind of like Aussies and their Vegemite. You either love it or you hate it. He was kind of akin to that. And I say, no, it's not. It's not even close. Keith Kaming, good to see you. It's not even close. It's a horrible thing, the way Surströmming tastes. It really is just I don't know. Anybody in the chat have it? It's really something. What is this, Bull Cow? I thought I was having a heart attack from eating an orange scorpion. Then I realized I used to spend $1,000 to feel like that. You know, the funny thing is when you get sober, you realize that you spent money to feel what you feel like now anyway. You know, it's crazy. You don't know how good these are. Oh. So we got Joseph Alfonso. I thought it was Alfonso. It's Alfonso. I'm sorry, Joseph. I wrote it down wrong on the thing I sent you today. Got some stuff going to Joseph. Got some stuff going to my friend Shane. I got some stuff going to a buddy Ron in Ireland. And we're going to be doing a live stream. He has a big channel. Did I finish the book? Lisa White asked. Lisa, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I finished the book, sort of. One small minor adjustment that will probably take me a day to do, and that'll be finished. So, but we're pretty close. Into Sauce, good to see you. Atomic Menace. There's a legend in the house. It's a bad man right there, people. Eating peppers, forget about it. Keaton West, hope everybody's well. Just stopping in for a bit before I head back to work. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys haven't seen Keaton West channel, please check it out. Also check out Atomic Menace. I've been in contest with that dude. He's a freak show. If you've never seen Atomic Menace eat peppers, it's like watching me eat olives. This guy's amazing. He's just different level. Jane Aldrich, thank you for being here. Appreciate you stopping in. Hope you saw my response to your comment, Jane. You were talking about your birthdays of your kids making you feel old. If you didn't, go back and check out my response. Brock Bandy, thanks for being here, dude. Kristen Melinda, you guys for hanging out. So here's what we got coming up. We've got I was telling you about getting back to the Surströmming thing. So at this table, there's this older guy. I shouldn't say older. He's my age. Matter of fact, he may be a little younger than me. It is what it is, people. A woman beside him, and they're eating. All right. And man, I'll tell you what, I'm not even fooling. First, he gets some potatoes. He puts them on there. He reaches into this jar of Surströmming. I've eaten 8 jars of that stuff. I've done a lot of videos. So, man, I've opened that brand. He opens it, pulls out a fillet that long, puts on the plate. I watched it with Tommy. Pulls out another one. And just because 2 may not be enough for this guy, he pulls out a third fillet that long, slops it down, and then goes, it was like slow motion. I'm going, no. And he goes, and Tommy and I are on the couch going, so he goes over and he sits down. We've got the 2 older people here. On this side, we got a bunch of young kids, right? You can tell the division is just, she's eating, this girl over here is eating, it looks like mashed potatoes and salad. And they're eating Surströmming. And they take this flapper and he puts all this stuff on. It looks like butter, but it's like, I don't know what it is, man. Puts on, and then the dude takes this knife and he takes the skin of the Surströmming off. All right, he flips it over, and then he just scrapes the skin of this. Listen. He puts it on then he takes this potato and scoops on and throws a bunch of onions on there, shoves it in his mouth, and then I guess you had to watch it. If I could put it up here, you guys would understand the vibe I'm getting. But he goes, and the way he said, it wasn't about how you about food. It was a different kind of altogether, if you know what I'm saying. It was just weird. And as they're eating, the younger girls on this side of the table are going, they're kind of looking over and snickering at him and kind of eating their thing. But so here's what we've decided to do. Mark Alberts, good to see you. Zach D, thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that. Much love right back. Brent Assens, my relay hurts my stomach. The relay hurts my stomach. So anyway, let me tell you, so we've decided. If you're going to talk about that, it's pretty bad, Blue Wave. If you haven't seen it, man, it's really rough. I'm not lying. Aaron Jorno, good to see you, dude. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Spanx Calhoun. And the reason we're bringing in Spanx Calhoun is very simple. He's never done it. And it's one of those things where you think you know what gross smells like. You think you know what bad fish smells like. But man, you don't know what that smells like until you've smelled Surströmming. And I'm not fooling. Oh, Mischief Managed just gave a membership to somebody. Who's going to get it? We're looking. We're looking. We're looking. What a sweet thing to do, Mischief Managed. Thank you for doing that. Anyhow, as soon as we find out who it gets, I'm going to shout that person out. But Mischief Managed is a rock star. Yankee Kyle, sober for 35 years. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. David from Australia. Thank you for being here. Guys, I don't know if you saw it. I put a little comment at the very, very beginning of this video. You know what tonight is, right? Do you know what tonight is? Boom. Look at my comment. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is 1 hot minute. Now, if you've never experienced a 1 hot minute, oh, you're in for a treat. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Balaki. Here's what we're doing. Noah Wright, Johnny Scovel, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Here's what we're doing. Bella, good to see you. Everybody who's here, it's 1 hot minute. And here's what we do on 1 hot minute. Everybody gets something hot. I'm going to be eating either a ahi starburst or perhaps this ahi fantasy, but I'm eating a pepper. Everybody has to get something hot. Yankee Kyle, 36 now. Oh, good for you, Johnny. Johnny, good for you, Yankee Kyle. So here's what we're doing. Everybody gets something hot. We have 14 minutes to go, all right? You're going to post in what you're eating. I'm eating an ahi fantasy. There you go. So I typed in what I'm eating. You guys are going to type in what you're eating. We all want to know what we're all eating, all right? It's part of the deal. Everybody, I don't do this, you guys. I hate sounding like a YouTuber, but do me a favor, hit the like button. And the reason for that, more people will see this. Here's what happens. When you put tons of comments and tons of likes, you know what YouTube thinks? The algorithm goes, what's Scovel up to? He's got something hot going. We better push him out. And I'm not even joking. That's how it works. So if everybody can just throw a bunch of comments in right now and hit the like button, more people will end up doing this. But you're going to put down, like Dale's got Tincture and Reapers. Dizzy Dragon's eating Valentina sauce, Jason P. Vintage 24 tank. See, that's what we're all eating. So homemade tank for Mark Garcia, Uncle Bull Cow, lemon brain tincture, and some eggnog. So that's what we're doing, okay? So who got the membership? Walking Wild got the membership. Thank you, Brandon. Listen, thank you so much for giving that membership. Now, listen, Walking Wild, you got to do me a favor. Check out there's 130 videos on the playlist for if you have a bus pass that other people have that the regular channel has not seen. There is a brutal chocolate primatali challenge that almost killed me. And it's never been seen on the main channel. So Johnny Mintz for Create a Manual, Crack Balls, Lemon, Pepper for Flocala. Sriracha for Keith Kingman, Primatali. You gnarly bad man, Brock Bandy. We got Hellfire Halloween for Block Anderson. Red Ahi for Charlie Mullins. Ooh, Charlie, my man. I love that. Anyway, so everybody's going to write down what we're eating. No tincture. I don't have. You know what, Broom? I don't have. I have some tincture. Most of the tincture I have is in Fort Mill. I brought it with me, and that's the problem. I have some at Spank's house, but I don't have anything here. I don't think. Please, guys, get something hot. And then what happens is on the half hour, so I'm at where I'm at, it's 5:18. So at 5:30, hi, Bob. Hi, Chili Phil. Hi, Chili Chaplain. Some Hellfire homemade salsa, says Feisty Irish. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here for boy, somebody's here, just subscribed. It's their first video, and we're having a one hot moment. You talk about a trifecta. That's a good night. Anyway, at 5:30, we're going to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8. And when it gets to 0, we're all eating something hot. 1 hot minute. We all eat what we're eating, and then the horse race starts. And we're trying to see. Hi, Josh Cohen. Hello, Riley. Lisa White is yogurt with wild blueberries. Hot wimp here. Nonsense. You're here. I got a special place in my heart for people that don't eat anything hot, and they watch the show anyway. I really do. Boss Moves, Reaper Jerky. Gotta love it. So, Silver Surfer, what are you eating, Silver Surfer? Tracy's having round 1 pepper distillate from Blazing Foods. Stuff is good. All right. So, and then what happens is I tell you, you're going to type in what your score is on 1 to 10. So if you eat some tincture, you're like, oh my God, it's 3 out of 10. If it gets to 4, you go 4 out of 10. And keep us posted on where you're at. It's going to climb for everybody. Everybody's going to do this, even if it's just like this. Everybody's going to climb a little bit. We give out a little verbal for the burn of the night. Last time, I think, wasn't it Russ last time that went hard to the paint? And he was like at a 10, I think. So that's what 1 hot minute, and it really is fun, Feisty Irish. We've had a good time doing this. Widowmaker, I'd love to have a nice hot pepper. I just don't have the on hand tonight. I hate when that happens. Pepper Poppy, a thunderstorm from Dean at Conjured Vapors. Dean's a great dude. Bella Greasy cheated. I don't think you cheated. What'd you do? Mischief Managed. Thank you so much. Fee opt out of hot figs. Fee to opt out of hot figgies. You're just lucky you're not here with me, Mischief Managed. I'd make you eat something up. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, so Noah Wright. Okay, all right. I'll drink some Mad Dog 357 9 million Scoville, I guess. You know what? Go easy, man. This stuff is hard. Jane Aldridge is the only thing that's hot in her house right now. It's okay, Jane. It's all right. You're here in spirit. You're here with us anyway. It doesn't matter. We're good. I'm just glad you're here. Windmill Willie, Sugar Rush Stripey from Deathridge. One of my favorite peppers. Like if I had stuck on an island and they say you can only eat one pepper the rest of your life, that's on the short list. No fooling. Juan, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Yankee Kyle's got Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Uh-oh. Blue Wave. Jane says, me too. I only have my ex-mother-in-law's temper still tattooed in my brain. Malicious. 7 Deadly Seeds. Long time. I want to pop in and say hello. We're doing 1 hot minute. I'm glad you stopped in. 1 hot minutes really are fun. They start off, we don't do them. There's no set schedule. They're absolutely random. We do them here and there, whenever. And I thought it would be a good time to do one. The last time he did one was on the birthday of the channel on October 19th. Alex Leigh Mitchell. I made chili. Can't cope with too much heat, but I try. Listen, it's not a contest unless you're sitting next to me at a table and it's a contest. But it's not a contest tonight, so you're all set. Don't worry about it. Jeremy Shelton. All I have is a muffin. But the top of the muffin to you. Isn't that funny? Shelton is one of the funniest people we ever have in the chat, so that's not a joke. Joseph Ruskin, good to see you. Mr. Deathridge, hot pods right now. He has some crazy hot pods. Indeed. Uh-oh, Dale Cox. I do have a chocolate primitalia and brain strain and habanero, and got the burn of a chocolate. It's got the burn of chocolate pods with the sting of a habanero. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Interesting. Sugar Rush Stripey. What a great pepper. Honest to goodness. One of my favorites. Last time, Chili Phil had a red Primatali. Nice. Count Dankula in the house. I've already been to Newcastle. I have been to Newcastle, actually, Joseph. I was in Newcastle. Man, it's been a long time. Many years ago for the Tyne burner. I had a lot of fun there. No joke. Want to hear? I'll tell you a funny story. I got to tell you a funny story about being in Newcastle. Oh, no, it wasn't Newcastle, was it? No, it was. It was Newcastle. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. It's a funny story. It's a Belgium story. I'll tell you the story. It happened in Belgium. Pretend it's Newcastle. I was in Belgium, and we're standing around talking. I wonder if I can cover this in 7 minutes. I got 7 minutes. I probably can. We were talking in Belgium before this chili contest, and we were sitting around. It was the night before, and it's me, my son, Johnny Scoville Jr., a dozen other people, and Christiane, the little woman that helped organize the whole thing. She's about that tall on me. She's teeny. And they were talking. They were all drinking, and Johnny and I, my son and I were not, but everybody else was drinking. I'm sober, so I was just having a good time eating peppers. And somebody was telling a story about a time a woman hit him in the face. And I said, I got hit in the face by a woman. They said, did you really tell the story? So I told them the story. I was driving on the highway with my ex-wife, the one I was married to right when I started this channel. We were driving along. And I said the wrong thing, and I don't know what I said, but I got hit. She hit me really hard. And at first, being honest with you, at first I thought somebody threw something, like something had come through the window and hit me in the head, because I didn't think she could possibly have hit me that hard. So I looked her way, and she's winding up to hit me again. And she didn't hit me. She leaves me and goes, what? What are you going to do? Like, She was like 80 pounds. She was like, I mean, she was a teeny little girl and she belted me really hard, broke my glasses. I had glasses on, broke them. I didn't even know she broke them until we got home. I got home, I stopped the car. I went to get out and they were broken on the floorboards. Who punches the driver, right? In the car that's driving, the car that you're a passenger. I mean, who does that? So we were in Belgium. I'm telling this story. I'm going to tell it easily with time left. And there's a whole bunch of us standing around. It was on a smoke break. I don't smoke, but they did. So we all went out together. We're all staying outside. A bunch of people are smoking. And that's when I had just finished telling my story. And little Christiane, who is honest to God, she's like 4'10", maybe 4'11". She's teeny. I just finished telling the story. She was, you mean like this? And she pulled her fist back and jumped because she couldn't hit me standing on her feet. She jumped up and belted me right in the face. And everyone was like, whoa, what happened? Settle down. It was crazy. My son, Johnny Jr. goes, I'd hit her back. But I didn't, but she belted me right in the jaw. Right after I tell her the story about getting hit in the jaw. Who does that? Is it the craziest thing you've ever heard? The next day, listen to this. The next day, we go to this restaurant. Oh, no. That was the day before the event. The next morning was the event, and I'm staying there at the event with my son. I feel great. I don't drink. I didn't have a hangover. She comes in wearing sunglasses like she looked like she was hurting. She walks in. I went, hey, how are you doing, Christiane? I said, how do you feel? And she looked at me. She goes, I feel it. You can see. I said, you remember, huh? Hit me right there. Right in the face she got me. Crazy. All right, 4 minutes away, people. How do we gift bus passes? I think it's easier on a phone, Tracy, than it is through a computer. I don't know how to do it on a computer, but through a phone, you click on give, and it gives you a choice to do that. 4 minutes till 1 hot minute. Jason wants to let us know. 3 minutes now to 1 hot minute. Get your food ready. Now, I've got a Starburst or a Fantasy. I think I'm going to go. I've already had 2 Starburst, so I'm going to go for the Fantasy. As soon as the 1 hot minute is done, I'm going to tell you a crazy thing that happened about one of the new interviews I'm doing for the show After the Burn. Okay, so we are now about 2.5 minutes away from 1 hot minute. If this is your first 1 hot minute, I'd like to see a 1 in the chat, please. If this is the first 1 hot minute you've attended, throw a 1 in the chat because I want to see them. And Lego, don't put a 1 in the chat. Swear word, don't put a 1 in the chat. I know you've been here before. Widowmaker, Spice. Widowmaker can get away with that because it's your first. But Rick Spicer, get out of here. You know it's your first. No way, Brandon, this isn't your first, is it? Dizzy Dragon. You know what? If you're not going to take it seriously, I'll turn this bus around. No, I'm kidding. All right, so we are now about a minute. Almost a minute and a half away. Oh, there's so many 1s in the chat. Listen, these are so much fun. Get your hot thing ready. It doesn't have to be super hot. We've had people that didn't have anything hot that got some black pepper and went just so they have something. See that? I just dropped the pepper and caught it. It's going to be a good day. All right, so we are now a minute and 20 seconds away from the first 1 hot minute for a lot of people. Super excited about this. Me and my girlfriend's hot minute. Nice. I'm excited for you guys. This is going to be good. Left Eye Pat's in the house. Oh, Left Eye, dude. Good to see you, man. Get something hot real quick. You have a minute. If you just got here, you guys, everybody's perched and poised to do their 1 hot minute. We are now exactly 55 seconds away from 1 hot minute. Does that make my number 44? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I must have missed something in the chat. Either that or I'm just not that sharp. I've eaten a lot of peppers today, you guys. We're all having a good night. Better now that you're here, Left Eye Pat. I'm going to have to miss out. You got to be kidding me, Lego. Now you're here anyway. It's okay. We are now, what are we? Okay, people, we are 20 seconds away. TKK, good to see you. If you got something hot, get it quickly. We're doing 1 hot minute. I'll explain after. Just eat something hot. You'll follow along. You'll figure it out. Okay, we are 15 seconds away. We are almost 10. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 hot minute. Mine was fruity, delicious, and sweet. Tracy's busted out of the gates with a 2. Followed up behind with a 0.1 with Dizzy Dragon. Sure to see that climb. Galactic Yachts, new member. Good to see you again, dude. Okay, Jeremy Fowler, Peach Reaper, 3 right off the bat. 2.5 for Charlie Mullins. We got Autobob with a 0.5. Tom, I'm certainly not at a 1. Mark Albitz is hanging at a 3. We got Galactic Yachts, Yellow Fatale at a 1. We got Jason at a 5. Silver Surfer with a 4. Nate coming right behind. We got Noah Wright with a 2. Galactic Yachts building, though. Rick Spicer with a 3. I'll catch up with 10 minutes when my barbecue pizza's done. Made with Primatali barbecue sauce. Windmill Willie on his first ever 4. Kristen Melinda, 8s all around. Flocala, 4. Keith Kingman, 5. Dale Cox at a 1. Dizzy Dragon, Valentina peaked at 0.2. And you're being awfully generous to Valentina. I know that. Rob the Drummer, 0.75. Chili Phil, 1, but off the line, but climbing. 3.5 for Autobot. Pepper Poppy, 3, but still climbing. 0.1 for Creator. Blocky, 1.5. Looking great in green, says Mischief Managed to Galactic. 2 for Widowmaker. Mad Dog, 327 9mm at a 2. I'm suspicious. Mark at a 4. Lisa White, 0.1. 0.01 even. That's fair, though. We understand. You're funny. 8 for Jeremy Fowler. 6 Brock Bandy. Rising. Holy crap, says Bob Autobob. Jeremy Fowler says, wow. Galactic Bob's Jason says Jason P. Brent Accents, 4. Help me, Blue Wave. Chili Chaplin added a scorpion pepper. Trey. Left Eye Pat with a deuce. Aaron Giorno halfway through at a 1. Brock Bandy at a 6. Mark Albitz at a 5. Mischief Managed is laughing at Blue Wave. Galactic Yacht says, thank you, Mischief Managed. Started out at a 4, says Tom Broom. My lips are sweating, says Christian Melinda. Autobob at a 6. Flocala at a 5. Holding strong at 9 is Jeremy Fowler. Brandon Swear at a 1, just under a 1. But, man, I do love brain strain peppers. His 4 is down to a 2, says Silver Surfer. Brock is 8 with hiccups active. Oh, man, already at an 8, says Tom Broom. Tom Broom's going to be running in the high ones here. Tom Broom and Brock are both looking like the high ones today. Dale Cox, no burn anymore. That's a high tolerance that man's got. Tom Broom, you were born at a 4. The Spice King. Down to a 4, says Jason P. 8 of 10 black peppercorns. That's all I've got, Blue Wave. You have all my respect. Mark Garcia, building. Ragnar had a habanero at a 2. I'm peaking at 5, says Chili Phil. Mad Dog, 327 9mm, jumped to a 6. I feel a little bit better now. The 2 had me worried about you. 5 for Pepper Poppy. Mischief Manages laughing at Brock. 3 added scorpion pepper to the pepper match at a 5, says Chili Chaplin. Sweet Sweat, says Bob Autobob. Up to a 2.5. Seemed like a peak, says Galactic Ox. Yankee Kyle at a 2. I need some of Tom's 13 million tincture. You do. Mark Garcia at a 4. Valentina tastes good, but it's vinegary, deep red, rich pepper taste. I agree. I like that. Bell is at a 1.111. Very accurate meter that he's got. Okay, Krista Melinda, tongue burn, still rising like a 9. I think it's peaked, though. I hope so. Jeremy Fowler might be at a 10. Wow. He's got the hot one right now. Although, I'll tell you what, Brock and Tom are still building. My tolerance is down, said Ragnar. Christian, you okay? Says Mischief Managed. Coming down to a 4, says Focala. Rick Spicer, addicted to Harvest 912 sauce. It's good stuff. Don't feel bad. I'm not mad at you. Eating chili at 30 minutes past midnight here in the UK. 2 and climbing. God, I love you, Alex. Do teach me. I'm here to learn. You're in the right place. Do teach me. How about a 2? Mark Albitz at a 4. Mark Garcia at a 5. Keith at a 6. Dizzy Dragon was his gateway sauce. I respect that. Chris Melinda, you're a machine, says Jason P. Yes, says Mischief Managed. It's hot, but falling, said Chris Melinda. Do I get extra credit for runny nose? You do, Tracy. You always get extra credit with me, dude. Jason P. Ragnar, the same, says his tolerance is down. I'm blowing air to cool my mouth. You know how I do it. I do, Tom. Silver Surfer's getting a laugh at Blue Wave. Or nope, other way. Sorry. Lego says Broom. As soon as I get some pineapple, I'm making some barbecue sauce with your omega powder. 6 out of 7, peaking with Noah as Mad Dog 357. This thing is almost listed to horse race. Thank you. That's what we're shooting for. Left eye pat. 6, pretty floral, no fruity, a little touch of bitter at the most. You get a bang for your buck with Tubatera, that's for sure. Serotonin supplement. Indeed, Kristen Melinda. Peaked at 5, 3, sinus clear at Aaron Jorno. Dang, joined it too late for 1 hot minute. Eat something hot, we'll count it. Tom Broom, no numbers, just bad words I can't say. Impressive. I'm at a 1, says Chili Phil. Brock Bandy's down to a 6. Kristen is laughing at Mischief Managed. And gone, says Chili Phil. His burn is gone. Josh Cohen, I don't think I can become a true chili head, but I do want to experience the rush. Famous last words. I can help you with that, Josh. Seriously, email me. We'll come up with a one-on-one plan, you and me. Ragnar, still climbing from the 1 habanero. Blue Wave, you're getting a laugh at, or Tom, you're getting a laugh out of Blue Wave. Chica Cherry Cola, good to see you. Jeremy Fowler's tweaking. Capsaicin for all those YouTube reviewers. Do you think we might host a weekly 1 hot minute? You know, I'm doing video live streams every day, so I can probably work that in. You love how I interact with people, John. Here's the problem, though. I was either supposed to be like a guy that calls horse races or an auctioneer, and I missed my calling. But thank you for saying that. I think we're going to give the high score today. Who had 10? Somebody, Jeremy Fowler had 10, but Tom Broom was at a place where he was only swearing, so I got to give him some points there. I think I'm going to give you guys both bonus points today for the hard burn of the day. Although Brock, it's a 3-way tie. Brock Bandy, Jeremy Fowler, and Tom Broom. But everybody who joined me for the first time, thank you guys so much. Did you guys have fun? Tell me the truth. Let's throw a 1 in the chat if you had a good time in 1 hot minute. Aren't they a good time? I think we have to be the only 1 hot minute channel on the planet, right? You think there are any other channels that do this? There might be. Look at all those ones. I had a good time too. All right. Do you want to hear my crazy interview? See if you guys can guess. Dizzy, you can't guess because you'll get it. So Dizzy is not allowed to guess. But anybody else, if you want to guess a kind of, I wouldn't say it's obscure. I promise you it's going to be a wicked good interview. Anybody guess? You're awesome, Josh. Josh, you reach out to me. We'll do a one-on-one thing. I'll help you get your tolerance up. By the end of the 2 years, you'll be like, Johnny, enough, dude. I'm tapping out. Let's see if everybody guessed. Chris and Melinda, thank you so much. Thanks for helping me out of a funk with Crazy Spice. You know what? It's like a natural little pick-me-up. I'm glad we were able to do it for you. You've done that for me, Kristen. All right, so here's who I've got. It's interesting. I'll give you some hints and see if anybody can guess. It's a guy that used to be very, very big in the chili community. Excuse me. Right as I was starting my channel. All right. He was approaching 100,000 followers. I think he had 96,000. Look at Tom Broom's got a endorphin dump. Just went from a 10 to a 1 in 5 seconds. Now I'm just giggling. I've done that. We did that. Tom and I did that on my couch. Actually, Bill Moore is a good guest, George Heimler, but Bill Moore has already said yes. He's already being interviewed. This guy was, he had 96,000 followers and YouTube deplatformed him. Dumped his whole channel. He's not Chili Klaus, although I need to interview Chili Klaus. That's somebody I need to interview. I forgot. He's a friend of mine. I don't need to write down. Ted Barris. Jeremy Fowler got it right. Ted Barris is going to be interviewed with me. I'm going to interview him. Do you understand how that's heavy? If you don't know, you don't know. But look at Dizzy Drives going. I may not interview him live just to protect myself. I may do a canned video. Just I don't, I might do that. But it's going to be a great interview. He used to call himself the fire-breathing idiot, FBI, the fire-breathing idiot. And he was, like him or not, he was wicked entertaining. He was, but he was very controversial. We'll talk about it. He was terrible Ted. He was a very interesting guy. He did some things that made him sort of legendary. He did a earmuff for the kids. You ever see the tubes with a stem and a little bowl and you smoke stuff out of it? He did a dried Carolina Reaper. He did a bong rip of a dried Carolina Reaper. Now, I'm a crazy guy. I've done some hardcore things. A lot of the hardcore things I've done, I saw him do first. And I was like, I can do that. I'm not down for that. That's not something I do. Lego is FBI, full-blooded Irish. There you have it. But he's going to be a very, very interesting. He did have some issues. He's going to be a very, very interesting interview. That's going to be very interesting. So please, some telling me they remember the bootleg. Does anybody remember the chocolate bootleg video of Ted Barris? Can I tell you something? It's one of the reasons this channel exists. True story. That video is infamous, says Brandon. It is. He ate a chocolate bootleg. It was I was divorced. It was my week with the kids. I had my daughter with me. I said, honey, come here. She sat down right next to me, and he was on the second bootleg. It was very, very funny if you're a grown man. He cursed a lot, and he wasn't cursing, and all of a sudden he did. And my daughter heard it, and I couldn't rewind it. I couldn't earmuff it. It was too late. I don't talk like that in front of my children. And it was just devastating. I was like, I felt so terrible. And that day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel that kids can watch. That was honestly one of the motivations. True story. So that's going to be a very, very, I'll tell you something. I'm very, very interested about that. I'm going to ask him about the HP 22. Listen, there's a lot of very, 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 that's why I probably shouldn't do that one live. That's not going to be a video I can do live, but there's some very, very interesting things about him. When the set, there was some drama. There was a lot of drama when the 7-pot Primo, and there were people saying that Ed stole it from him, and there was a lot of that going back and forth. He went from Ed's the greatest guy in the world to Ed's a thief, and he went back and forth, and he was just like wildly controversial. I'm Switzerland, man. I'd lob it down the middle every time. You know what I mean? You guys watch me. I'm pretty conservative, but he wasn't. It's going to be a very, very interesting, very, very interesting interview. There's a lot of things I want to ask him. Like, he was interviewed by the FBI because of that whole debacle. At least that's the rumor. End times talk. Man, I don't want you to feel invisible. You know what? That's the last thing I want anybody to feel here. In fact, Jason, he sees you. I see you. And you know what? I bet you some other people are going to see you too. Look at that. Mischief Managed sees you. I'm sorry, End Times. We don't want to make you feel that way. I apologize. You know what happens? Sometimes let me tell you something funny that happened. All right? I'm not trying to play defense here, but this is true. Do you guys know that Quincy Jones died yesterday? Do you guys all know that? All right. Well, my brother is covering the Diddy debacle big time, a lot. He's a guest speaker. He's an expert on a bunch of different panels. And all right, so we're watching this stuff about Diddy, and there have been rumors that Quincy may have had some involvement, allegedly. All right, and about 2 weeks ago, I was talking to Tommy, and I said, Guys like Clive Davis, Quincy. There are going to be some big names dying that are going to appear like natural causes. I swear to God, we had this conversation 2 weeks, maybe less than 2 weeks ago. I said, there are going to be some people that they're going to die. They're going to look like, oh, it's a heart attack. Okay. I don't know if he punched his own ticket or what, but there are a lot of people that are dirty, dirty, dirty. And, but Tommy didn't know this. He died yesterday, but didn't hit the American news until today. So when Tommy went live, he didn't know yet. In the chat, people are saying, rest in peace, Quincy. I made a really inappropriate joke where I said, so I guess Quincy will be silent on the Diddy case moving forward. And then I put the too soon in there at the end. I thought Tommy knew about it. All that stuff was flying through the chat. Now, granted, he had 1,000 people in the chat, but there were just tons of comments about Quincy being dead. He's hosting the channel, watching the chat, and didn't see the comments. So it's easy to have somebody come in and we don't see you end times. But I'm sorry. We love you and we're glad you're here. In fact, you know what? Here's what we're going to do right now. Let's do a quick roll call and say hi to everybody midstream. That's what we're going to do. So let's do that right now just to say hi to everybody. I don't think I can say hi to everybody, or won't it let me? Excuse me. What a great idea about Chili Klaus. He's a good guy. I like Chili Klaus. All right, so let me say hi to some people. Now, I hope this gets everybody. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Aaron Giorno, Balaki. Good to see you. Charlie Mullins, Chica, Cherry Cola. Del Cox, Dizzy Dragon, Dustin Jackson, Edge Crusher. End Times Talk. We love you. Galactic Yachts. George Heilman, Jane Aldrich, Jason P., Jeremy Fowler, Keith Kingman, Keith Lego, Krista Melinda, Lisa White, Mischief Managed, Miss Virginia, Nicholas, Noah Wright, Rick Spicer, The Swear Word, and Mr. Broom. That's all that's showing me in the list there. There may be more people. I think there's more people, but hello. Miss Virginia, hello there. Glenn Jenkins, hello there. Noah Wright, my tailbone is feeling better now. Man, I'm glad. Tailbones are a bummer to hurt, man. I am telling you. The Handy Ham. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Pizza done. I'm instantly out of 5. First bite. Attaboy. I've had a great first time. Feisty Irish, thank you for being here. Honestly, I appreciate it. Lego says, we have a Keith Lego and a Lego. Crazy, isn't it? But I can't call Lego Lego anymore. I got to call Mr. Keith Lego. But Lego says, thank you. I love Chili Klaus. He seems like a good dude. He is a good dude. I met him a long time ago. My first New York City Hot Sauce Expo, I met him. He's a good guy. And thank you to all my mods that are here. End Time says, this is a great comment. Capsaicin helps my anxiety, I found. No joke. I promise you it does. It's proven. I'm going to read it to you because if I read it to you, I didn't even show you the meme. I shouldn't say meme. It's just something it's a meme. It's facts, but it was stuff that I found online. And it's about capsaicin and the benefits that come from it. And specifically talking about serotonin. I always get the 4 things that it helps wrong. Sometimes I nail it, but usually I forget. Okay, here we go. Listen, eating spicy foods. Causes your brain to produce hormones like serotonin, which makes you better equipped to deal with depression, anxiety, anger, and stress. That's a pretty big deal, End Times Talk. So it makes everybody feel better. Not only that, if you eat enough of them, it's quite a rush. Just being honest with you. I do. It's a good shirt. End Times Talk, this channel, and the Lifeboat are the best free therapy for anything great, environment, and healthy habits. That's awfully kind of you to say that. I like to think we're trying. I don't think Tommy would ever tell you that he thinks he's a good guy, and I wouldn't tell you that I think I am, but we're both trying a lot. Broom takes a shot at Klaus. I'm not sure about Klaus since he was sucking up to Ed. Here's the deal about that. I'm not going to cast aspersions on the guy. I'll be honest. I've been around Ed where you find like, man, I'm around Ed. You sort of feel that way. So I can see how, I don't know. The other day, somebody said to me, they sent me a message. Maybe it was a comment. I don't know what. But they said, I just had Doomed from Hellfire and it's 2.6 million. And they said, holy God, was 2.6 million hot. Do you understand that 2.6 million is only this much hotter than the last I've experienced is supposed to be? Anybody that's had Doomed, that's what 2.6 million, 2.4 million is supposed to feel like. So when they did that video, when Hot Ones did that video, it was suspect. There's no way to church it up. You can't, it was dirty. It was suspect. All the 4 people going, oh my, acting like it was just the hottest thing that ever happened. I'm like, it was disingenuous. It didn't smell good. You know what I mean? It didn't pass the smell test. He messaged me and said he was surprised that he sent me a message after I got the results from the sauce and I put it on. I did the video about it, and he said that he found it was very hot. But I'm not. Here's the thing. I bet you $1,000 the week they rolled that sauce out, it was a whole lot hotter than it is now. I bet when they first rolled it out, they were going to make it as hot as in the hinges of hell. You know what I mean? And then after it's been out a while, I don't know. It was just a horrific disappointment to me. Anyway, so it's a little shady. But if I had him on, I'd ask him. Don't think I wouldn't. And if I ask him to be on and he says yes, I'm going to ask you about that. Are you sure you want to come on? There's my man right there. I thought that episode of Hot Ones was B-rated acting. You know what? It was. And you know what? To be really honest, not having an impartial voice, somebody in the community trusts that went, holy God, is that a hot pepper? Not having that, that's a real detriment to the reputation of that pepper. That's like I said. It's like when they decided to roll that out, it's almost like they did every single thing possible they could to make it look shady and hinky so nobody would trust them. That's how it appears. It is what it is. Got every chill you can dream of down at the morning market. TK, I want to go to your market. I mean it. But, here's the thing. I don't know, hey, Left Eye Pat's got to run. I love you, dude. I'll call you tomorrow, man. Or if I don't call you tomorrow, we'll definitely talk by Wednesday. Oops. Only a few people remember when Ed's employee dumped 20,000 bogus seeds in the Reaper batch and sold them all anyway. I never gave him a penny since then. I remember that. I didn't buy any peppers. I remember hearing about the debacle. You betcha. Here's the thing. It just goes to show you. There's an expression. You can do it right 1,000,000 times in a row and no one's going to remember it, right? But do it wrong once. Like, do you remember Pepper Joe's? Who can remember Pepper Joe's and the problem they had with their seeds? You guys remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you can remember hearing the story about the Pepper Joe's seed problem. Anybody? I'll give you guys a second to respond. Galactic Yachts remembers that. I know Dizzy will remember that. Yeah. What happened was they just had a terrible problem, and so what happened was they started sending me some mash, and what I did was I reviewed some of their mash, and I got 1,000,000 comments going, Pepper Joe's screwed me on seeds. I went to Pepper Joe's. This is actually worth telling you guys about, because in a world where no one's accountable and no one takes ownership of their mistakes, this is pretty cool. Pepper Joe's. And the messages. Where is it? All right. So what happened was I sent them a letter. I went to Pepper Joe's on Instagram. Hang on, where is it? Okay, I sent them an email one day, a message in blue right here. It says, greetings, I'm sorry to be contacting you about this, but I really feel like I have to. I've had so many people, a dozen at least, comment that they've had a very bad experience purchasing seeds from you. The most recent was today. I haven't had this experience with any other seed vendors. It's not something I enjoy coming to you with, but it's something that needs to be addressed. The reviews I have done for you have all been very positive, but to be blunt, I'm uncomfortable sending people to you if they're going to have a bad experience. It reflects poorly on me. I'm not sure where to go from here. Perhaps you could shed some light on this for me. I want to feel comfortable doing reviews for you. Thank you for your time. They wrote back. Listen to this. Hello, Johnny. I apologize for the extremely late delay. Somehow our conversation got to the general section of DMs. First of all, thank you for coming to us. We would never want you to feel uncomfortable working with us. To shed some light on this, a couple of years ago, our seed vendors were unfortunately not sending us the correct seed varieties, which led to us having cut some ties to solve our issues. To fix this, we decided that all the seed varieties, once our greenhouse was operative back in, all our seed varieties in our greenhouse was, since our greenhouse was operative back in 2020. We've seen great results and better customer satisfaction, but we are still continuing to test seed varieties due to seed stock. We definitely realize the issues are still working diligently to document and resolve customer issues. When necessary, replace vendors and growers with our own growing seed stock. This is our top priority and something that will continue to indefinitely because quality is top of our mind. And we always want to do best to fix the issues from the past. We hope this helps you understand why you're seeing negative comments. And if you do not wish to continue reviewing our products, we completely understand. We really appreciate all the product reviews you've created for us in the past. And you are great to work with. Please let us know if you have any other questions. I hope you have a great day. Also, they finished with this. I also want to point out that some chili heads were absolutely right to call us out while we were going through this issue, and we were not getting the varieties right. And we always made sure and still continue to assist them by sending them seed replacements or another seed variety if they want to grow something different, giving refunds or providing gift cards should they make a purchase at our website. That's how to deal with a problem. I thought that was worthy of reading to you. But they're a company that had all kinds of issues, but they fixed it and they stood in the pocket and dealt with it. And when I went to them, you heard the response. That to me is how to correct an error. Because can I tell you guys something? I'm like the old guy in this business. I've watched people, I can see people do things. I'm going, oh no, that's not going to be good. I'm watching people make sales and I'm seeing implosions. Like you can't even, a lot of people, if you're on the outside, you don't even see what I see. But I'm watching certain vendors and certain producers like that lit a wick a long time ago and it's going, and here's the bomb. And the wick is about that far away. And you got to be careful with who you work with. Look at that. Spirit Pro says, isolated pollination is a lot harder in practice than it looks on paper. Fact. That is a fact. But look what Jason says. Hold on. Jason says, I love the accountability. Admirable. I do too. If you that was a big deal for me. It was. It's easy to start focusing on the crap in the community that needs to be fixed when there's so much beauty in the community that's still there. Like on one side, you get a guy that says he's got the hottest pepper. You can't buy the powder and you can't grow it, but it's the hottest pepper. Then you get a guy that has a really hot pepper and he's giving seeds away. So every once in a while, you get a guy who's, you get people who are a problem, but there is a lot of good still in this chili community. It really is. Guys, I'm going to end this stream right now. I want to thank every single one of you for joining me. You guys are awesome. Let me say goodbye to everybody that was in the chat that's still here. Again, this is all that I can see on the computer, but stick with me for a minute. All right. We got, I'm not seeing all the names. I don't know if I should even start. Someone's going to get their feelings hurt. Balaki, Brock, Charlie, Clayton, Hollins, good to see you, dude. Dale Cox, Dizzy Dragon, Creator, good to see you. Charlie Mons, love you. Bella, love you. Brock, I don't know if I said Brock already. Galactic Yachts, George Hyman, Jason P, Jeremy Fowler, Keith Lego. See what I did there? Jeremy Fowler, Lisa White, thank you for being here. Mark Albitz, Pepper Poppy, Ragnar, Rick Spicer, Silver Surfer, Spear Proof, or Prof, Uncle Bull Cow, and my friend, Mr. Tom Broom. I love you guys a lot. Tomorrow we'll do another live stream. Tomorrow will be just for the Bus Pass people, and boy, do I have secrets to spill. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I am Johnny Scoville. Thanks for the 1 hot minute. This was Chase the Heat.